Most entrepreneurs don't have a growth problem, they have a capacity problem. And today I am joined by Maria Peshavska, an entrepreneur, real estate professional, and the owner of Instant Assistance, who moved to the US just over a decade ago and built her business from the ground up while raising 2 boys. Her story is rooted in real experience, and what she's built isn't just a business, it's a system. And in this conversation, we're talking about how to stop doing everything yourself, how to leverage virtual assistants the right way, and how to use systems, automation, and AI to actually create more freedom in your business. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, stuck in the day-to-day, or you're ready to scale without burning out, this episode will show you a smarter way to grow. Let's dive right into it. How do entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and experts like you scale a massive business all while having fun and impacting lives? Welcome to the Play Bigger podcast. I'm your host, Raquel Quinnett, business coach, real estate entrepreneur, investor, wife, and sports mom. This podcast will give you real quick tips, strategies, tools, and inspire you to play bigger in business and in life. Are you ready? Let's grow to the next level. Welcome to the Play Bigger podcast. This show is for entrepreneurs who want to play bigger in business and in life. And today I have a very special guest. She's an entrepreneur, a real estate professional, and the owner of a VA company. So for the agents that are listening to this or watching on YouTube, she owns a VA company called Instant Assistance. And her story is like so unique. Even when I first met her, it's of true resilience. She moved to the United States just over a decade ago, and she's built a life. She's built businesses from like the ground up, and now she's raising 2 boys and creating this beautiful life in, I say, 2 parts of the country. And what makes her perspective, as you all know, is it's rooted in experience. You know, I love to bring people that have true experience, that aren't speaking from theory. She actually lives it. So we're going to be navigating through all the things today, from starting in traveling to a new country, building systems, opening up companies, and scaling through all the different cycles, scaling through automation, scaling through disruption. And I'm excited to have this conversation with my great friend, Maria Peshavska.
Yes, you got it right. Maria Peshavska.
If you just see her name, I'm like, okay, how many times do I have to say it? I'm like, come again. But I love this woman, and I've been wanting to have her on my show because she has such an incredible story. So let's take us back. You know, you have this in story that you moved to the U.S. 10 years ago, building businesses. What did those early days look like, and how did you even stumble across real estate? Like, what made you go, okay, I'm starting over my life in a new country, probably don't know anybody, but I'm going to go into real estate?
Yeah. So, thank you for having me here. I'm very excited to be here. I moved to United States. This is going to be my 11th year living in United States. So I moved to the United States when I was 22, 23 years old. So first I was working as a waitress, and then I was living in Florida, in Miami. And one of my supervisors, managers, she was moving to be a general manager for multiple hotels, and she needed help. She needed a manager who is going to be supervising a few of her hotels. So she had 11, and she was like, you want to come and work with me? I was like, yeah, sure, let's work together. So we started working together. I was supervising and managing 3 hotels. And how I started in real estate, it's when I started looking at the spreadsheets and looking at the budgets of how much the CEO of all of those hotels is making a year, how much my general manager is making, and then how much I'm making a year. So it was an open book, and I was like, okay, so the CEO is making over 10 million a year. My general manager, who is managing their hotels, it's making like $120,000 a year, and here I am making $60,000 a year. I was like, how is this fair? No. And that's when it hit me, and that's when I decided that I will never ever again work for somebody else. I'll definitely need to start finding a way to work on my own and build my own business. So that's when real estate comes in. And I got my license. I moved to San Francisco from Florida. I got my license in San Francisco, and then I decided to move to San Diego. So I moved to San Diego. I started working one job because I didn't know anyone. I knew actually one person. That was it. One person who was living in San Diego, and I joined the team, Team Anson in here in San Diego. And I'm here on the phone, and they're like, "Okay, so you can start calling people that know you and love you already, like your sphere of influence." I was like, okay, my sphere of
Yeah.
influence. Where are they? So I started doing a lot of open houses. I was working two jobs. They required us to go in the office. This was 8 years ago. They required us to go in the office every single day. So in the mornings, I'll go in the office. In the afternoons, I was working as a waitress. And I started selling after 6, 7 months. I started meeting people. I started building my real estate journey. And after that, for 2 years, I was doing just real estate. And I was with Keller Williams back in the day, and I went to Family Reunion. And Gary Keller started talking about virtual assistants. I was like, oh, this is so interesting, because my sister, she was still back home, and I like to take care of the
By
people
the
who I
way,
love.
she
Yeah,
is such a rock star.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So I hired her to help me with my transactions. We started learning about how to build sales systems, how to delegate. She worked with me, and she got another client, which was Gary Keller's 100 top agents. She learned everything about the business. We saw a huge demand then. 2020, COVID hit. And then she started hiring more and more people and training them. So there was a huge demand for virtual assistants. I got pregnant in 2020. My husband has an assisted living facilities. So we were super scared during that time because we couldn't go out. We didn't know what is going on, what is happening with the virus. I didn't know if it's gonna affect my baby if I get sick. The assisted living facilities were the one that are hit the hardest. So we focused on the virtual assistants because that was virtual. We started building the systems, we started delegating, we started training more and more people, and within 3 months we already had like 14 clients. And yeah, in 3 months we had 14 clients on the virtual assistance side, and we started focusing all of our energy on the virtual assistants, and that's how we got here. We are now, it's our 6th year working, having the company for virtual assistants, and our clients are happy. We build systems, we expand, we work with agents all over the country. We help them delegate better, learn how to scale their businesses, etc. Yeah.
Yeah, what a neat story. If you have not ever had a virtual assistant, I tell everybody you are missing out. And, for some business owners, 2020 hit and it wiped them out. I
Yeah.
think it changed the way we actually do business today because of 2020. I think
Yeah.
remote workers became very, very popular. Virtual assistants became very popular. You just learned how to become more profitable with just as good as of talent domestically versus internationally, right?
Mhm.
And so the question that I have for you is, when should an agent hire a virtual assistant? When is the right time to hire a virtual assistant?
If somebody is doing 6 to 10 transactions a year, it's the time to start looking for help. The reason why is because you don't want to hire a virtual assistant when you have way too much work, because it takes learning curve. It takes time to build your systems, and it takes time to learn how to delegate and how to work with somebody else. We are so focused. I mean, I was the same thing. Like, I would have everything in my head and nothing on the paper. And that's
Yeah.
not going to work with your assistant, because no matter if you're hiring a virtual assistant or an office person, it's in office, it's easier because they're going to listen to you. However, the virtual assistant, you have to switch the entire mindset that they're not there, and you need to invest the time, and you need to invest time to build your systems, to build your SOPs, to build your KPIs and everything. So if you're just starting and you're having 6 to 10 transactions a year, this is the time when when you need to start thinking of building your team and expanding your growth.
So 6 to 10 transactions would be the sweet spot of hiring your first assistant or virtual assistant. So for the entrepreneurs and the agents that are overwhelmed, what do you think the first system they should actually put in place to create more structure and clarity? Because as agents, we're running around, our paperwork's never, I mean, if you asked any of my assistants, even in person, it's like my paperwork was everywhere, in my trunk, maybe in my purse, which depends on which purse I brought that day, you know, or sometimes at home. So what do you think their first system should be when you're looking to grow?
We live in technology era, and if you do not have the time to document everything and to write everything down, just start recording it. Everything that you're doing once you're on the computer, it will take only the switch of mindset. Everything that I'm doing, I'm just going to record it. You turn on Loom and you just record, you're writing an offer, you're recording how you're writing the offer. If you can talk and explain what exactly you're doing in the offer, that's amazing. If you are posting on social media and you're just creating a video, just record I mean, everyone knows how to post on social media, but talk about what you want to post on social media. Record yourself. The more videos that you have and the more things that you can share with your assistant, the more helpful it's going to be. And it's way different when you have nothing, and it's way different when you say, hey, go in my drive folder. You'll see tons of videos about that, and you can see how it needs to be done. That is the first step of building the systems, I would say.
I love it. There are so many different virtual assistants all over the country. I mean, all over the world, I should say. What makes a good virtual assistant? For those that are listening, right, they don't know what separates one virtual assistant company from another. They just may look at price, right? And, you know, what are some of the things that they have to look at when they're picking a virtual company assistant? Why should they do that versus trying to find one on their own? That would be my first question, and I've got some follow-up after that.
Yeah. So when you're looking for the right company, you will look for if the company is training the assistant, how much the company is involved in the entire process, because there are a lot of companies out there that will give you an assistant and they're out of the picture. Our company, what we do, we are constantly there. What we do is we document everything that the assistant is doing for our clients, and then when a switch is needed, because switch is needed eventually. If it's not in 3 months, it's going to be needed in 2 years. If it's not 2, it's going to be 3 years. So we document everything that the assistant is doing for the client, and that's one of the other things that the agent needs to look at. What will happen if my assistant is gone? Like, do I have to start all over again? Do I need to train the assistant all over again, or what is the company doing? And last but not least, it's where the assistants are from, how educated they are, how trained they are, and how is was that?
What would you say what are some of the countries would be the best countries to hire a virtual assistant? Like, do you find that there's more talent in, let's say, Europe, South America, in the Philippines, in Jamaica? I mean, where do you find, like, yeah, because they're all different, right?
Yeah. There is talent everywhere. Whatever works for you and your business. What I have found and what we like to do is hire assistants who are close to United States and we are close in time zone, because from my personal experience, like, I would prefer working throughout the day instead of working throughout the night. So I would say just the closer here, the to United States they are, the better. And if they have previous experience, perfect.
That's awesome. What do you think the biggest mistakes agents make when they have a virtual assistant? Because you see it after they've hired you guys and they're like, okay, Maria and Diana, like, here you go.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest mistakes that agents should like never do, right?
I see a lot of agents full of hope that somebody else is going to fix their business. And I say this, if somebody was there to fix a business, they'll own their own business, not be assistants. So if you are looking for a magical pill that is going to resolve everything in your business and you don't have to move a finger, that it's not going to happen. And we hear it all the time. Like, people come and they're like, okay, I need an assistant. Okay, why? They're going to be doing this and this and this and that. What do you have in place in order for someone to take off from you? Exactly. I mean, even nowadays, like even artificial intelligence, they can do so many things for you, but they cannot get in your brain. So it takes some time to train even your chat GPT.
Yes, for sure. What tasks would you say as a realtor? And what I love about you is you're also like, you understand the business. You understand the avatar that you're serving because you're in it, right? And so what task as a realtor should agents automatically or immediately delegate to free up their time to a virtual assistant?
Scheduling showings, updating listing presentations, calls. I think calls and CRM management, this is something that a lot of people are doing and delegating it. I think that's something that needs to stay with the agent. Yes, if you have a lot of leads that are coming from Facebook, Instagram, here and there, and you don't know the leads. However, CRM should not be the first thing that they need to delegate. Social media, you need to create the content and then you need to let somebody else to plan it, organize it, recreate it, repurpose it, etc. MLS management, adding listings to the MLS, complete waste of time. Scheduling, photography, scheduling, inspections, that's something that your virtual assistant can definitely do. And it should be doing it.
Yeah. Do your virtual assistants make phone calls? Do they pick up the phone, or is it just completely task?
No.
They do make phone calls?
They do make phone calls. We don't want to be a company that it's just task oriented. We want to be a company where the assistant is going to be your right hand if you let them. And the assistants are making phone calls. And I always say on our, when we're getting a new client and we have the onboarding, I always say, talk to your assistant as much as possible. Call them when you're driving and explain them what you're doing, so you can work better together and they can understand your day-to-day, how it looks like. And yes, our assistants can make phone calls, they can pick up the phone, they can make phones, etc.
What do you guys use as far as like, because they're out of the country, what do you guys use? What software do you guys use? And what are some of your guys' favorite tools?
We are using for making phone calls for our assistants. We are using right now Go High Level, the platform, and we're also using for my personal business. They're using Lofty. They're calling from the CRM because we want to make sure all the calls are recorded. We love project management tools. Those are must. We are actually building our own project management tool where we're gonna have the agents who are joining our company will have SOPs uploaded from the company in case they need it, in case they don't have any systems. And we're using it as a delegating tasks and assigning tasks to assistants.
I love it. How did you, as everything, you spoke about AI, as everything is changing, how are you using like AI? Where do you see it going with in the future, especially in the administrative or in the virtual assistant world, and how should agents be using it today?
So we're using it a lot. We are building a lot of automations, everything that it's repetitive nowadays, it can be automated. We do need a person behind the scenes to supervise and control the work of AI. I think last year everyone was hoping that AI will just make their life easier overnight, but we're not there. And this year, a lot of people are just waking up and realizing that the magic pill is not there yet. It will be in the future. However, still, we are encouraging all of our assistants to document everything, to use ChatGPT for the client, to upload all of their processes in ChatGPT and just use the technology and AI to help them operate that better.
That's so good. Yeah, I think there's just so many different changes that are happening, and it's hiring a company like your company. It just only helps and speeds up the process so that you don't necessarily always have to learn it, but you've got trained assistants that have leverage without hiring more people.
Yes.
Really, really neat. How is
Yes.
your like now we're gonna switch some gears. How has your personal journey shaped? Because you're just a go-getter, right? Every time I think of you, I'm like, this woman is like fearless.
Thank you.
She comes to the country. She has all these different businesses. Her husband has assisted living. I mean, by the way, like people know my story because they've heard the podcast. Like anyone that owns an assisted living home, I mean, I give it up to them because it is a hard business.
Yeah.
Knowing that my mom was in one of them, actually in two of them, and now she's at home now. I mean, that is a hard business. Like, how has your journey shaped who you are today, as far as like growth and opportunity?
A lot. I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago. The past 5, 6 years, I feel that made me. I thought like staying in United States, being far away from my family, it's hard. But then I got my family here. We still need to run our businesses. We still need to grow. We still need to show up. We still need to lead. And I feel like just education and just being persistent, it's the key of success, of making it happen. I mean, in the past 5 years, I got two babies and I got three other businesses that needs to be taken care of. The key word I'll say is resilience, and just pushing through and pushing forward. Nothing is perfect in life and never will be. So whatever mistakes you're making, just don't try to be hard on yourself. Take it, learn from it, move forward, and keep going.
Oh, I love that. Where's family from for those that don't know and are listening?
Macedonia, Southeastern Europe.
See, like that's far, right? And
Yeah.
what I think, I got to meet her sister at one of our retreats, and I just love. I think it's really neat that you guys get to work together. It says a lot about your family values and how mature she is to run such a successful virtual assistant company with lots of different employees. So I just think that it's really neat that you guys get to do this business together. And she tells me that she's always in different countries. She's like, well, maybe I'll just go to this country. And I'm like, how long do you live there? I was like so intrigued by her story as well. So I think that, like I said, resilience for sure shows up not only in you, but also in your sister. And I know that you've also have a footprint because you've mentored her.
Yeah. She,
So
fun fact about her is that she tried to get United States visa to come and visit here she was denied 7 times. She got it the 8th time, which was in December last year. For a first time, yeah. She has been trying to get visa for the past 5 years and she was constantly denied. Nope, nope, no. And finally she got her visa and she's here right now, visiting in San Diego. Yeah, yeah. She has been here for the past three
so
months.
good.
Yeah, that's
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 good.
what I mean. You just have
So
to push.
you just have to push. That's going to be our motto. No matter what, just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Right. And so for somebody that's obviously hitting a plateau or is stuck in their day to day, what's one step that you would give them as far as advice to kind of like push forward and push through?
Start thinking about what are the most important things for you. Do not try to push it right away and do not try to get out of it. Just honor the stage that you are, because there is a reason why you're finding yourself in that stage. Review your business, review where your income is coming from, review the systems that you're having, and just make a decision based on where you're going to be in the next 3 years and what do you want to focus on, where do you want to spend your time.
Awesome. And if you had to start over, knowing what you know today, what's one thing that you would do to grow your real estate business? What's three things that you would do to grow your real estate business?
I would go and do open houses. I would meet more people because I'm people's person, and I will definitely go and be on social media.
Amazing. You have dropped so many different nuggets today. I always love connecting with you. I know the audience would love to continue to connect with you. Where should our listeners reach out and connect with you?
They can either go to our website. If they are looking to hire a virtual assistant, they can go to www.instantassistancellc.com. They can schedule a call and they're going to meet with my sister Diana, and they're going to go over their business of everything that they need. If they are looking to get advice or to build some automations or to scale their business better, they can reach out directly to me. And my phone number is going to be 415-722-3535. And they can reach me, text me, call me. I'm open to give any advices and help anyone that I can.
I think you might be the first person out of 4 years, maybe, or maybe 3.5 years of doing this podcast that has actually given out their phone number. So that just shows
I'm a
Maria
complete
is
open
like
book.
all about supporting, all about impacting, all about helping others around her, and it shows up in so many areas of her life. And
Yeah.
as we wrap up, there's always like one question that I ask every single guest on the episode is, what does Maria do to play bigger in business or in life?
What I'm doing to play bigger? Oh my God. Okay. I actually heard this question before. So I'm focusing on my mental health. I'm doing a lot of breathing. Thanks to you on one of your events, I learned about sound bath and breathing. And now I'm enrolled and I go every week for breathing. And I am building bigger, bigger, and better. I'm building my team and I'm expanding more.
That's amazing. So if you are in the San Diego area, you heard it here first. She's expanding her team. And if you want to get into the virtual assistant world, I'm sure they would love to grow that as well. And I'm sure they have opportunities on that side. I just want to say thank you so much, Maria, for being on our podcast today. I appreciate you. It's been such an honor getting to know you and being a partner of yours on this journey of growing and scaling business and life together.
Thank you for having me, Raquel. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank